the Game Center. Today is Superman for the Atari 2600. He's peering deep within your soul. So Superman starts off nicely enough. You're Clark Kent and you're ready to go to work at the Daily Planet. And what's this? Oh my gosh, Lex Luthor is at it again. He blew up your bridge. So it's up to Superman to save the day in this incredibly stunning looking metropolis. So the object of Superman obviously is to put the bridge back together and also capture Lex Luthor and his criminal gang. So you have about 5 different criminals you have to collect, and Lex Luthor himself, who flies around with a jetpack, which makes him a little trickier than the other guys. So I try to find him first. Now, as you can see, Superman flies around with the greatest of ease. Not necessarily faster than a speeding bullet, unfortunately, but pretty quick all the same. I at least was able to capture Lex Luthor relatively quickly. I just got hit by kryptonite and had to kiss Lois Lane to get my powers back. And here I am, flying across the city. I found a piece to the bridge. And I'm scoping out for some of the criminals, and I'm not finding them. So I think I'll just collect some bridge pieces right now. One of the things that kind of bothers me about this game a little bit is that it's incredibly short. You'll see here I can complete it in about 5 minutes, and this is actually one of my worst playthroughs. I can normally complete this game in far less than 5 minutes, usually around 3 minutes. I mean, for the time, you know, the game itself was actually one of the few adventure-style games that were out for the Atari. But for my money, I just prefer games like Adventure or Haunted House, or even, to an extent, E.T. to Superman. I mean, Superman isn't a bad game, don't get me wrong, but, I don't know, it just lacks something. I mean, just something about it. It's kind of hard to describe. And also, as you can see, Superman can actually fly downwards into another section of the city. Kind of violating the fundamental laws of physics right there. Now, occasionally you'll see him fly through a door, and essentially what that is, that's the subway. And very rarely do you need to go in the subway. Actually, for the most part, you don't have to go into the subway. The only time you have to go into the subway, or at least when I do, is when I've completed the game, turned back into Clark Kent, and I'm on my way to the Daily Planet, which is when you finish the game. Now, as you can see, I've got the last criminal. Now I'm off to collect the final pieces of the bridge, so I can reconstruct that and go and enjoy a lovely day at work at the Daily Planet, working with my girlfriend, Lois Lane, whom I just had to kiss in order to get my powers back. Now, one thing I do like, though, is the variety of cityscapes you have. No game that I've seen, with the exception of maybe Grand Theft Auto 4, has the wide array of cityscapes as this. I mean, look at what you have here. These clusters of buildings near the bridge. I mean, you don't see this kind of construction anymore in cities. This is truly a wonder to behold. This whole city itself is one bustling, for lack of a better word, metropolis. It truly is. So, we're wrapping up Superman here. It's, like I said, it's a relatively short game. Would I recommend going out and buying it? If you like games like Adventure or Haunted House, I'd say give it a try, but otherwise, I'd say pass on it. Anyways, thanks for watching the Classic Game Center, and I hope you stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be doing Dark Forces.